Greetings and welcome to Module 5. And we're going to shift our topics now to a topic that you've probably seen consistent through your readings and your explorations, even in your conversations when it comes to technology. And the topic that we're switching to is equity. I think that technology is a wonderful thing. However, we have a lot of issues when it comes to equity. If we look at technology in Alabama and how it looks different in different places. Sometimes that look is often deceived by our own stereotypes and expectations and our own perceptions due to a lack of knowledge. Sometimes we feel that places that are more affluent and have more resources are going to be more technological than those in other areas. However, we have different people who have done creative things in different counties through various initiatives that can go against stereotypes or the status quo. Um, but we want to explore the definitions of equity in this module, as well as look at some more aspects of equity when it comes to equity in education. So as you go through this module, some things we want you to think about are the standards here. Is how can you create, promote, and sustain a dynamic digital age learning culture that provides a rigorous, relevant, and engaging education for all students. This comes from the INST standards, but also I want you to think about a couple other ISTE standards as you go through this assignment. And I have them listed here so you can scroll down and look at all the standards for coaches. There's a couple things we want to talk about. And these are things that you sometimes you can't do unless you're in this situation or environment for it. I want you to focus on this standard here, and I will change that in the instructions. It says, and I thought I did, but I'm not sure what happened to the revisions in it. It's 1A is contribute to the development of communication and implementation of a shared vision for the comprehensive use of technology to support a digital age education for all students. So the piece is that how can you contribute to that development? You have to have the background knowledge of understanding what a problem is, what an issue is when it comes to the shared vision for digital age learning. What is digital age learning for your community? It's going to be different for based on expectations, but however, is that expectation and that definition relevant for the global world that we live in? Or is it preparing the students to participate in this global economy, the shared world, the shared knowledge? How will they be prepared to be global citizens? That's one of the things I want you to think about as you go through this module. The other part is 1A, 1C, advocate for policies, procedures, programs, and funding strategies to support implementation of a shared vision representing all school technology plans. You really won't do that, but part A you will be focusing on because you are going to do some exploration of resources associated with equity, as well as develop a presentation and present it. One of the things that you're going to be doing is your topic paper this week, and the topic paper is going to be equity. And with that, you want to also address another standard, and that's standard 5A from ISTE, coaches standards. It says model and promote strategies for achieving equitable access to digital tools and resources and technology related best practice for all students. So those are the two major things I want you to focus on for this module as you go through and complete it, is how will you be able to provide the equitable access for all your students. So what will you be doing? I have some readings available for you, But before you do your readings, the first thing I want you to do is go to the voice thread. And the voice thread has an initial comment. And I want you to provide your definition for what you want to do in there is go through the different pieces for what is technology is the first posting that you want to put in there. And there few
Hello,
slides. So I'm just going to go through those. What is equity is the next one. And for this one, I want you to just put your definitions. I posted a comment in there, but it is your initial definitions. Don't try to change it, fix it up, anything. But the last part is going to be the part four. The part four, I mean, not the part four, but how is your definition changed? That's going to be the last part that you do after you finish up on everything. That's after you complete all the assignments and have done your readings. For the readings, I have information here for you that's just introducing you to various aspects of the equity from a national perspective. The National Education Technology Plan is part of your readings, and you talk about the equity pieces in there. The Future Ready Schools Building Technology Infrastructure is also from a national perspective, and the K2 Computer Science Framework is also from a national perspective. So I have those files attached here, and you can see these are some of your readings. And I have your pages attached, the ones that I want you to explore and read. And also some are hyperlinked as well. So these are hyperlinked right here, but the attachments are there as well. And also we have some videos that I want you to review. The first one is how does technology promote equity access for all students. The second one is using technology to close equity gaps, and I got that one embedded. The third one is the best equity in education is personalization. And the last one, this is how the future will look 2030 to 2050. That's embedded as well. So after you went through the content, you can start doing your research for your topic paper as well. For this assignment, you're gonna do the topic paper. Your topic paper, the title of it is What is Equity and Why Does It Matter? Within that paper, you're going to define equity and demonstrate from a personal persuasive position of the changes that are necessary to address the issue in your community and state. The topic paper should be 4 to 5 pages in a 2-column format, and should have 5 references from professional technology journals and 3 from professional organizations. So with this assignment, we want you to explore not only the research-based but the practitioner-based information that are coming from the leading organizations. You have an opportunity to examine 3 of the biggest ones that are for K-12 education or technology integration. So now you do know where these resources are and should be exposed to them because you joined some of the communities. But now we want to actually go to the next step of not just knowing where they are, but accessing these resources and applying them to inform others from a technology coach perspective. Because the second piece of it is that you're going to have to create a virtual presentation, and you're going to do that in VoiceThread, and you're going to present it as if you're presenting this to an audience that includes the local school superintendent, the local school board members, your local mayor, the city council, and the state legislators that are for representing your area. And that's very important because what we want to do now is you're going to have to provide an accurate definition of equity that's understandable for all. And what is your definition of equity? That should have changed after you go through the readings and doing your research on the topic paper. So you're going to do your topic paper part first and then the presentation later, or you can start taking notes so that you can do your presentation later. But with that VoiceThread presentation, you're going to have a PowerPoint slide that you're going to embed into it, integrate into it, import into it, and then you're going to add your video presentations. What is an appropriate PowerPoint presentation or inappropriate? I will not accept you just putting bullet points up there and reading those bullet points. But you're going to have to be very persuasive in your presentation of defining what is equity and presenting a problem situation from a local standpoint when it comes to equity and technology in your school system. And it's important that you follow the bullet points here, because it says should include an accurate definition of equity for the 21st century learner, problem section, and that problem section is where you're addressing the problem locally. The best practice section is where you found resources of how others have addressed the issue of equity from your research and your topic paper. Research the things that you found as you've done your research there, and solutions. And then the conclusion part should provide a shared vision for the comprehensive use of technology to support a digital age education for all students. So you're actually going to, that conclusion should be extremely powerful, and the shared vision for that community in which you live in, to make sure that all students have that resources that they need to become the 21st century learners. Should have a minimum of 10 slides and 5 related graphics, but that not 5 graphics on one slide, but 5 slides with different graphics on it. So the graphics need to be in alignment with your presentation as well. Just understanding that the graphics are a part of the presentation, but the PowerPoint, but the presentation piece is you presenting. That's why it's important to have the video comment. So you're going to need proper lighting. Make sure your microphone is tested. Test it before you actually submit it. As you do your voice thread, do the first posting. Before you save it, make sure the sound is proper, the lighting is proper as you've done it. This has got to be persuasive. When you get finished with this assignment, it should be the quality of it should be good enough to submit it to that audience which you're presenting it to now, and you may even have to do it. So be prepared for that as well. But that's the quality we're looking for the professional presentation. So you're gonna for the submission, you're gonna submit the topic paper as well as your URL to your voice thread through the assignment 7 equity topic paper assignment submission. I've also put an example in the file attachments, and I'm looking for it now, but I can show you another example that I just want you to look at, that will help you with your topic paper. And this is the format I'm looking for right here. So your topic paper, this is an example of what I'm looking for. This is the 2-column format. As you can see, the headings are blue. I want yours to be just formatted just like this one. Here's the title. You're gonna need your header as well. It's in the 2-column format. And it has the topics here, the subtopics, and yours is going to be the same for equity. So it's a lot of work to do. Your resources section is going to be your references as well. So as you can see, this is extremely professionally done, and I'm looking to see professional products just like this for you. So therefore, you should have 2 pieces done once you finish this assignment. That should be able to be presented as soon as you completed them. I want to see what equity is to you, but how you plan to change your current environment based on findings and things that you know are to be true. That's part of preparing you for the future. You have to be able to persuade others. This is going to be your opportunity to persuade me as well as others about equity in your community and the changes that need to be done so that all students have equity in your system.